Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you can see we are in a different setting. This is my bathroom, and you're gonna be watching me get ready for bed. So follow along for my nighttime skincare routine. So as you can see, I got a full beat on. So priority number one is going to be for us to take it off. So I'm going to be doing my balm cleansing, which is going to be the Heimish All Clean Balm, followed by my gel cleanse, which today I'm going to be using the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. But first things first, you need to wash your hands. We are in dangerous times, people. Make sure you wash your hands. 20 seconds. My favorite song to sing when I'm washing my hands for that 20 seconds are any of the choruses off of Britney's Who Said It Again record. Personal favorites include Don't Go Knocking on My Door, Who Said It Again, Can't Make You Love Me, What You See Is What You Get. Whatever fun summertime box works for you.
Something for the summertime, something for the girls to, get ready and party too.
Anytime you touch your face, you should be washing your hands. Anytime you are doing skincare, putting on makeup, picking your nose, you want clean hands so that you're not transferring bacteria onto your face or grease. Especially with skincare, a lot of these products that I'm using come in tubs, and therefore you don't want to transfer bacteria into the product itself because then that's going to fester in the product. So you just want to practice good hygiene. So, hands washed. So now that our hands are clean, let's go in with our cleansing balm. Now today I got a pretty full beat on, therefore I'm going to be a little bit more generous. I'd say about anywhere between a dime or nickel size amount is going to be good for a cleansing balm. And you can see my face is dry. I'm taking this product straight onto my dry face. I'm going to portion it out, and then I go through massage. And so the key for this is I'm really breaking down all the makeup on my face. But even if you don't wear makeup, this is a really good step to incorporate into your skincare routine. Throughout the day, you are building up oil, sebum, grime. If you wear sunscreen, which you should be wearing your sunscreen, you have that on throughout the day, and that's not something you want to have on while you're sleeping. And a lot of cleansers, like regular gel cleansers, aren't formulated necessarily to break those down effectively. And so oil cleansers are really good to break those products down. Oil dissolves oil, therefore. And be mindful as you're cleansing. Cleanse where you put makeup on, put sunscreen on, whatnot. So your ears, your neck, even if you were down to your chest, take care of that. Okay, so makeup's dissolved. I'm gonna go through and rinse that off. And what makes these oil cleansers really amazing is that the minute they touch water, they emulsify into this really milky substance. So splash your skin a few times, rinse it off, and you're gonna be left with a makeup-free, sebum-free, residue-free face. So. So we are rinsed off, we are dripping. So as soon as you're done with the oil cleanse part of the step, you're going to start with the gel cleanser. So again, using my CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser, I'm going to do a couple pumps, and I'm going to start with massaging this into my skin. Feel free to utilize your hands for cleansing. That being said, if you have tools, feel free to use those as well, which I'm going to be doing in a moment. This is my Foreo. I've had this for, I think I was 19 when I bought it, so it's been a minute. It's lasted me this long. It's been like 5 or 6 years. But it's a really, really great cleansing tool. It basically sets out these vibrating steps to tell you what portion of your face to cleanse. And it is, I might not do that much more, honestly, but to me it feels like it's doing a lot, and it's really ensuring that I'm spending the full amount of time to cleanse my face well. So y'all don't need one, but it's a good investment if you want to. So get that wet, and then we start. For this step, I'd say be really diligent to get up in your hairline. Don't forget the perms of the face are oftentimes the most neglected during this step. Be gentle while you're doing this. I'm not pressing this into my skin very hard at all. So if you aren't using a cleansing tool, I would say it just becomes really important that you spend a full amount of time cleansing your face. I've seen a lot of dermatologists recommend a 60-second rule for cleansing. And that just ensures you're spending the adequate amount of time with the cleanser on your face to really break down any excess impurities to make sure you're cleansing properly. And then after that, I like to go in and just make sure that my hairline's all good. But also, I have a beard, and I find when I oil cleanse and rinse everything, I get buildup at the bottom of my beard, so I just like to go through and cleanse that as well. And then it is. Dope. So, face is now cleansed. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the next steps. As you can see, my face is wet. So I'm just gonna dry it off just a little bit. I really focus on just getting all the excess water out of my eyebrows and my mustache. But in reality, with the rest of my face, I don't actually dry it. You can see it's actually still damp, and that's just because it's going to help whatever I put on top of it penetrate a little bit better. If you want things to penetrate better, damp skin is a really conducive way to do so. That being said, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Notice we cleanse our face really, really well, and that's also a way to help the products we put on afterwards penetrate a lot better, because if your face is dirty and full of grime, nothing's gonna get through, or nothing's gonna get through well. So while my face is still damp, I'm gonna start introducing hydrators into my routine. And I'm gonna be taking the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essence first. It's one of my favorite essences, really rich in fermented ingredients. I'm gonna start with a few drops first. I'm really gonna pat that into my skin. Notice my face is a little bit red right now. I do tend to get really red. I wouldn't say I necessarily have sensitive skin. I just do a lot of like actives on my face, so at times my face was a little bit more redness than I would like. So that's why I really stress being gentle on your skin when you're cleansing and when you're applying product. And notice I'm pressing and patting the product into my skin. This doesn't necessarily promote the product absorbing into the skin more effectively, but what it really does is just help to ensure that you're putting the product where you want it so that it absorbs there. And on top of that, it just helps promote blood flow to the face. So I'm pressing it, but you could also pat it in. Because I love this essence so much, I double or triple layers on this one. This has niacinamide, which is an ingredient my skin really benefits from. And then next, to level up the hydration, I'm going to be going in with my Hada Labo Goku Jyun Lotion. It's just this weird hybrid of like toner / serum that's like nothing but hyaluronic acid. And I just like to focus that on my skin at night a little bit more. So these are like really gentle hydrators. There's not a lot of actives that are going to be super irritating to the skin. I do take them around the eye, especially this hyaluronic acid, just to bring more hydration and to plump up that area a little bit, but also on my lips as well. Honestly, my biggest fear in life is ending up like old white people that have like that lips. So whatever I can do to just keep them juicy and plump, I try my best to do. So at this point, you've cleansed, you've introduced hydrators by introducing toner and essence into your routine. This would be the step now after that you introduce actives. And I have a whole selection of actives. Some of my favorites are the U.F.O oil from Sunday Riley, which is a really great salicylic acid medicated treatment. Azelaic acid, 10% suspension from The Ordinary, which is my go-to. I introduced this into my routine like a month ago after not having used it for a few years, and I didn't realize this was actually a super great staple in my skincare routine. Azelaic acid is a really natural ingredient in your skin, and if you lack it, stuff gets thrown off whack, and I guess I was missing it because when I brought this back into my routine, I haven't had this great of texture and evenness in my skin in a minute, so get you some. Another great active, which is essentially the golden standard of actives, is retinol. I have prescription strength, but you have a lot of great alternatives available to you from a bunch of different brands. The Ordinary has all of their retinols, which are really great, retinoids, which are great intros to retinols and retinoids, as well as Sunday Riley and Junk Elephant's retinols, which are a bit more up there in price point, but are much more stronger formulations. But just get what you can to ease your skin into it and introduce it into your skincare routine, because strongly recommend. Before I get too much water loss from my skin, I want to just lock down a little bit of the moisture around my eye that we put in. So I'm just going to go with a quick layer of moisturizer. No matter what I'm doing, as best as I can and as often as I can, I just like to make sure my under eyes and the outside of the eyes is moisturized, and the lips. I will be going in with the azelaic acid solution that I mentioned earlier. That is my general staple ingredient. There's a lot of places in your routine that you can put actives. For example, I have a couple leave-on active masks that are AHA, BHA mixtures. Those I would actually do directly after cleansing, and that's only because they are rinse-offs, like the Ordinary's 30% AHA, 2% BHA, as well as the Drunk Elephant Sukari Babyfacial. These are pretty much sister products. They're just polar in price range. This costs like $8. This costs like $80. You can get a lot of actives in your toner. in lower doses or lower concentrations, so a little bit more gentle, such as the Pixi Glow Tonic I'm from has their rice toner, which has some like enzymatic exfoliating properties. Depending on the texture is where they go in your routine. A lot of the products specifically tell you at what point. I also mentioned retinol at this phase. I put on my retinol before my moisturizer. My skin is used to receiving that ingredient, especially at that strength with the frequency that I've used it and for the amount of time I've been using it. I find it's a lot more effective and it's a lot more potent in putting it underneath my moisturizer. That being said, if your skin's more sensitive or you're working on introducing the product overall or just a higher strength of the product into your routine, putting it over your moisturizer buffers the ingredient, so it's a lot more gentle into your skin, so you can receive it a lot more delicately. Play around with that. If you find your skin's really irritated, putting it on after your moisturizer is a really good step. And that goes for actives too. Just don't do actives so often. Leave space between introducing actives into your routine. I think a general rule is don't do more than 1 or 2 actives within a 24-hour window. Don't do an AHA one day and then do a retinol that same night, because you need your skin to recuperate and heal from the intense ingredients. Be mindful of that. Listen to your skin. If you notice there's a lot of redness and irritation to your skin, you might want to cut back on a product and introduce it more slowly. So with exfoliation, if you don't do it too often or you're doing a lot more high strength, like the more potent exfoliating masks, just be mindful to do it once a week at first and then twice a week once you're more comfortable with that. Now that I got actives on, I generally like to wait about 5 minutes while those set in before I go in with my next steps, just to make sure that they're absorbed, or if I'm laying multiple actives, just to make sure one set before I can put another one on. So usually during that time, I like to actually floss and brush my teeth. So we're gonna do that and then we'll be right back. Hold on. As soon as I'm done flossing and brushing my teeth, I just like to put a lip balm on when my lips are still wet. I like to go in and just lock in that hydration with a lip balm. So I'm going to be taking my fresh sugar caramel hydrating lip balm. I'm going to slap that on. That's a good lip balm. I got it in my Sephora gratis when I worked there, and I repurchased it a couple times. You can use whatever. I'm not particularly loyal to that product. Dope. So now that my actives are set in, I'm going to go and just moisturize my skin. Again, if you've watched any of my videos, I introduce this product a lot. It's the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Body Gel Cream for sensitive and dry skin. Make sure that it's fragrance free. Most, if not all, these products are fragrance free. Fragrance ain't gonna kill you, but it does sensitize people's skin. If not now, then eventually down the line. So just be sure that as best you can start removing products that have fragrance from your skincare routine, just to prevent further complications down the line. Depending on what active I use, I will go in straight with moisturizer. But today, since the azelaic acid, I feel like it like mattifies my skin a little bit. I just want a little bit more suppleness to my skin right now. So I'm gonna go back in with my starting treatment essence. Do a light layer of that. Taking 1 pump of the moisturizer. Just gonna go in and start pressing that into my skin as well. Normally you want to take your hydrating and moisturizing products down your neck and your chest. That being said, I usually do that after I shower. And then I also use a richer moisturizer for those areas. So I'm not gonna do that in this video, but just be mindful of that. I think that's everything, honestly. My face is cleansed, I've hydrated, I've treated, I've moisturized, I've taken care of whatever areas I need to. Mind you, this is my nighttime routine where I did talk about introducing retinol and exfoliating and anti-aging into your skincare routine. But just make sure in the morning you are wearing ample amounts of sunscreen to make sure that you're protecting your skin and really protecting the work you put in to keep your skin looking young and fresh. The actives I use, they sensitize your skin. They make your skin more photosensitive to the UV rays. Not only that, but a lot of them are doing things like lightening my hyperpigmentation or reducing my breakouts or helping to reduce like fine lines and that kind of stuff. If I expose my skin to the UV rays directly, it's going to essentially make all that work obsolete. I'm going to have a video out very soon talking very in depth about sunscreens and the importance of them and what they do and why and blah blah blah. So just wear your sunscreen. Wear a lot of sunscreen. And don't forget your ears, your neck, the back of your neck, whatever's exposed. Wear your sunscreen. Let's start with saying this video is 1006% inspired by the Harper's Bazaar Get Unready With Me series, which by no means is original either. So many beauty gurus have done this for eons at this point. But also, it's inspired by Susan Yara's reviews of the Harper's Bazaar Get Ready With Me series. My boyfriend and I love her and are obsessed with her mixed makeup video channel. So, Susan Yara, if you're watching this, can you adopt me into your family, please? I love you. Tonight's skincare routine was simple. So, you're going to see a more focused skincare routine on focusing on acne and blemishes or more anti-aging. Just let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything you want to see, leave those in the comments down below. Feel free to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. And that's been a PSA.